So we're going to start off with the design half of that cute little heart. I don't even know what to call it, treat gram. It's some kind of treat gram. So I'm going to start off in 8.5 by 11 because I know a lot of my standard printers would love to make this as well. I'm doing 8.5 by 11 and 11 by 8.5 to see which one is going to be a better fit for the standard printer. So all we're going to do is we're going to go to elements and we're going to grab a frame, and the frame is going to be a heart, and then we're going to stretch it. I'm not going to stretch it all the way because I want to make sure that it's going to fit and it's not going to cut off. So I'm only going to do 8.4 in height for the 11 by 8.5, and for the other one I'm doing 10.9. And then don't forget to lock the frame when you're done, and that way you can drop whatever needs to be done. So I went to elements and I went to red tag, and so now I'm just scrolling for a tag. I had a tag last night, so that's the one I'm looking for this top one right here. But you can choose whichever tag you want, or you can choose to opt out of a tag and just put the to and from on the hearts. So if you viewed something previously and you want to go back and use it, all you have to do is go to recently used in that elements section and drop it right where you want it. I thought right there would have been really cute, but then I was like, maybe not. And I'm just copying and pasting that tag on the bottom one because I really like this tag more than I like the other one. So, and then I'm going to adjust this at the top after I lock my frame. Because child, oh my gosh, it's so annoying when it drops in the frame and you don't want it to drop. But quick tip, if you're at your computer and you don't want to lock your frame, all you have to do is hold on that command button and move that element over that frame, and you don't even have to worry about locking it. It'll just adjust without dropping. So now that's done, I figured out that I like the 11 by 8.5 more because you get more space, more bang for your buck. So now all you have to do is go find a background, which I have a ton of backgrounds. Background bundle coming soon. And adjust the colors of the tag. If you like, I could have left it red and probably would have popped, but I'm a little extra, so we're gonna be a little extra. And I'm just trying to find the right purple. And then because I found that purple, now I'm trying to adjust the back to the purple, but I'm like, no, I like this purple. Listen, it's a whole lot of things to this designing thing, but trial and error. Do not be afraid to get it wrong, because there's no right, there's no wrong. I mean, there kind of is, because you don't want to mix styles. Like, you don't want you don't want cartoon with real, and unless you bust, then you can make it work, but So now that that's done, I am going to put the to. I went to text and I put the to on the tag, and I'm here trying to find a font. Of course, I'm trying to find a Canva font, a free Canva font. And then I'm just going to get that image that I want to go on top of my card, drop that on there and adjust it to where I would like. And then now we're going to look for a cute little phrase. For this one, we're just going to put Happy Valentine's Day. So I already had an element like that I created, and that's what I'm currently going to look for. And boom, I found it. I'm just going to delete the background, and then I'm going to adjust it to where I want it to be. Now, if I put it behind her, I'm going to have to shrink her. I don't really want to shrink her, so therefore I'm going to put it to the side, move her a little bit over to the side, tilt that this way so that it can be a little bit big. And then, remove what needs to be removed. I deleted that. Then I can put her more a little bit to the middle, move that over like that. Like, these cards are super easy, like, no lie. And you see how fast I'm doing this and you do not need any AI images. You can just go to elements, create you something cute. Canva has a lot of cute elements in there. I just had all these backgrounds and, like, my theme for this Valentine's Day is my little sweethearts. So that's what I'm using to create pretty much everything pertaining to kids and Valentine's Day. Like, it took me a minute to create these, so I'm going to use the heck out of it. But this is super cute. And it's super easy. You do not need a template unless you're just like, I don't want to design nothing and you just need a design template. Other than that, you can create it yourself. And look how fast that was. And this is pretty much done. Don't ask me what I'm looking for right now, because child, I don't even know. This is a voiceover. So I don't even know what I'm looking for, because I think I'm pretty much done. So what is going on? Oh, the bow. There we go. I'm looking for the bow. So I made it purple, and I'm going to adjust the color to match the background, or to match the heart right there. And this is where the bow is going to go. But towards the end, I decided that I wanted the heart to be a little bit bigger. So I moved the bow off of it. That way the heart can be as big as it can be. And I'm just going to add the bow like we did on that gift box, which is before we cut it, which you're going to see in the video of the assemble, which is coming up right after this. But this is pretty much it. After this, I'm going to adjust the sizes. We're going to resize. So we're going to go to the size that we want, which is going to be that 17 by 11. And child, tell me why I accidentally resized the ones, because usually you're supposed to make, so I have to go back, because you're supposed to make a copy of the image and then resize that size. So sometimes, I'm tired, but we're going to do it together. So I had to go back, because then I realized, I went back to go look for my 8.5, and I realized, like, girl, where is it? And I'm like, I don't know. So we went back, and now we're going to do it right. Hopefully. Because like I said, I'm tired. This is a voiceover. But we're doing the 13 by 19. And I ended up resizing both of them. So we're going to go back. And we're going to press undo. And this is the thing. And this is why I'm leaving this in. Because if you make a mistake, all you have to do is undo. It is literally not the end of the world. And we're going to go back and we're going to click that size. And then we're just going to click the page that we want resized, which is page 2. Page 1 is going to stay the same. Page 2 is going to get resized to that 19 by 13. And then we're going to resize again to that 11 by 14 by 11. And we're going to resize. Oh, well, I said 17 by 11. Nope, 14 by 11, I say it. And then we're going to resize page 2. And boom, but I have one extra, so I'm just going to delete that. And then now, for some reason, the bows came off or adjusted or didn't adjust, or the background didn't adjust. Child, something didn't adjust, but we're going to fix that really quick, which is a super quick fix. And we have all 3 sizes in one folder. 11 by 8.5, 14 by 17, and 19 by 13. And all we did was make a copy, duplicated that page, and resized it. And you make sure you resize that one page you want resized and not the whole thing. But it's not the end of the world. Like I said, if you resize the whole thing, all you have to do is press that undo button and try again. As you can see, I tried. I did it 3 times. Whew. One of these days, I'm going to get it together. One of these days. But that is pretty much it for this video. For this part anyway. And I will see you guys in the assemble video. So do you remember when I was telling you that I wanted the heart on the 8.5 by 11 to be a little bit bigger? So I ended up taking the bow off, putting it to the side, and readjusting that heart image to make it that 8.4 in height. And this is just so that my little card is as big as it can possibly be for an 8.5 by 11. So we are back for the assemble video, and this is the 13 by 19 one. But like I said, I am here for my print at home crafties, and we're gonna have our candy, of course, double-sided adhesive, some scissors, your foam board, and for the most part, unless you have one of those heat guns to seal it up, then you're good. But we're just gonna cut this heart out, and we're gonna place everything on the foam board before. And we're just going to place it down like that. Now, you can choose to cut off that white off that heart, but it's not necessary. So that's why I didn't do it. But I'm going to cut this little bow out because that has to be precise. And it's at this point that I realize that, girl, you need to cut that bow out. Sometimes I just get a little bit too excited, and I need to be slowing down because I be walking around here looking like I don't know what I'm doing. And I promise you I know what I'm doing, even though this is my first time doing it like this. But let me tell you, once you get an idea, you have got to do it. I have this on my list. This was definitely something that was on my list right after Christmas. I wrote out the list under Treatgram. This was one of my ideas, but I didn't execute it. And then I seen someone post a video, and then I'm like, oh, let me do mine because that's cute, and mine is going to be cute too. So now we're just going to take our blade out, and we're just going to trim that down because we're all about making it easy. We do not need that big old foam board. And we're just going to take our time and cut it out. So you're just going to cut it out like regular. You take your time, and like me, you're going to see me. I'm going to do piece by piece. Now, if you a big boss and you just want to like do the whole thing full out, like go do you, boo. But sometimes for me, I just need to do piece by piece, especially when I know like I'm tired and I don't have it all the way together today. So we're going to piece it up. So I'm just going to cut this out, and I'll be back. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm just cleaning up the little white parts because that's the part that you want that to be clean because that's where you're going to be putting your treats. So if there's anything that needs to be cleaned up, just flip it over and, do what you need to do. Now this is double-sided adhesive. This is the 3D one with the little foam because child, I didn't feel like going nowhere else to go do nothing. And all you're going to do is you're just going to place that foam, double-sided foam on top of the back of your tree. Do not put it on the picture or else you're going to ruin it because it is tape, and the whole point is so you can see the little gram on one side and have the little surprise treats on the other side. Now you do want this to be full, so you're just going to put as much treats as you can on there, because you want it to look cute, you want it to look full, and you want it to look worth it. So that's all I'm doing is pretty much placing double-sided adhesive foam on the back. You can use regular double-sided adhesive tape. You can use regular tape. Child, do what you do. But whatever you do, do not use glue gun for the chocolate, or else you're going to melt the chocolate. So we're just sticking things in there. And like I said, I'm just placing it wherever and just trying to make it look cute. Now everything I have on here is from the Dollar Tree. Okay, everything is literally from the Dollar Tree. So we don't even have to go about and spend a whole lot of money. And this was super easy and fast to make. Like you can easily knock a couple of these out in an hour. So I pretty much was, telling a joke when I said you don't need anything else, because you do definitely need a cellophane bag or a cellophane roll or however you do your cellophane. And it was at this point that it dawned on me, like, girl, you can make this into a whole little like lollipop type thing. And I went to go get 4 pencils, again from the Dollar Tree, Valentine Day pencils. And then I'm like, I could put that right there and we can make this into like a little, what is that? What is that called? Fan? Child, I don't know. Heart, lollipop? Listen, we don't know. We're just going to do what it do. And then I'm going to get some tape. And I'm only going to tape the top just so that the pencils stay in place. So I'm just going to wrap it around maybe twice. And then cut that. And then we're going to stick that double-sided adhesive on there. Again, this is the foam one. I got this from Dollar Tree too, let me tell you. Like when I say everything's from Dollar Tree, well, except for the foam board and the cellophane. That's not from the Dollar Tree. Or the images. Like, okay, you know what I'm talking about. But we're just going to stick that on there like that. And then we're going to put that ring lip pop right back on there. And boom, look at that. It's so cute. And then don't forget to write the name right there. You can use Sharpie. If you want to just make a whole bunch of these in case just to have on deck, you can use Sharpie to write the name. If you have ugly handwriting, you can definitely use a Cricut, or child, just wait until they order it and put the name. But yeah, now we're just going to seal it with that wire, I don't know what this is called, but yeah, that. And boom, like how cute. Now, if you do not have one of those heat guns, that is totally okay too. All you have to do is cut the cellophane off, put a bow, and you are good. But I have one of these since my daughter she had her business, and I have like 2 different ones. And you just heat it on low or high or whatever. But you definitely want to make sure that you do it carefully, because you don't want to make a hole like I did in the front of this, because you will make a hole. So you just take your time and make sure that it's tight without being, you know, holy. So I'm done now. I'm just going to take the scissors and I'm going to cut off that excess cellophane off the bottom. Just make it look neat. And then we are going to add that bow. Now these bows I got from Amazon around Easter time. They came with some cellophane and they're just so convenient. And then we're just going to wrap it around like this twice just to make sure that it stays. And let me tell you, these things are super cute. They are so gosh darn it cute. And wrap it around again. And then we're just going to trim off that excess ribbon and boom. And that is it for this video. I thank you so much for watching. And until next time, happy crafting.